VOA News. I'm Christopher Cruz reporting. Ugandan police said Sunday they have rescued an American woman and her driver who'd been kidnapped by gunmen in a national park. On Twitter, police said the two are in good health and in the safe hands of security officials, but that's all they're saying. Ugandan security teams had been hunting down the gunman who'd demanded a $500,000 ransom after kidnapping the American, a woman named Kim Endicott, and her Ugandan guide in a national park popular with tourists, the Queen Elizabeth National Park. They were ambushed on April 2nd in the park, a protected area near the porous border with Congo. It remains unclear if a ransom was paid in the case of Endicott. Appeals by the United Nations for a humanitarian ceasefire Sunday in the Libyan capital went largely unheeded, as forces loyal to eastern Libyan military commander General Khalifa Haftar appeared to gain more ground against opposing militias and forces loyal to the national unity government of Prime Minister Fayez al-Sarraj. Correspondent Edward Uranian reports for VOA from Cairo.
Amateur video showed forces loyal to General Khalifa Haftar defending their positions around Tripoli's international airport south of the city. Arab media reported the airport, closed since 2014, remained under Haftar's control, but opposing Libyan forces are trying to recapture it. Haftar's military spokesman, Colonel Ahmed al-Mismari, told Arab media that Libyan National Army Air Force planes launched 4 raids near the airport.
Arab media also showed residents of neighborhoods near the capital cheering as Haftar's forces entered. This is VOA News. A war monitor says shelling killed 13 civilians in northwest Syria on Sunday. The violence is just the latest to threaten the 7-month-old truce intended to stave off a regime offensive on the region, which is held by Syria's former al-Qaeda affiliate. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says more than 30 civilians have been killed in regime attacks on Idlib since Wednesday. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will annex some Israeli settlements in the West Bank if he wins Tuesday's election. The move would mark a sharp departure from current Israeli policy. Correspondent Linda Gradstein reports for VOA from Jerusalem.
In an interview with Israeli television, Benjamin Netanyahu promised to annex at least some Jewish settlements in the West Bank. He said that every Jewish settlement in the West Bank is part of Israel, and he will not uproot one Jewish settler. That is in contrast to his challenger Benny Gantz, who has said he could move some Israelis from the West Bank in a peace deal with the Palestinians. Netanyahu's remarks come 2 days before a closely fought Israeli election that could challenge Netanyahu's 10-year run in the prime minister's office.
Rwanda is marking the 25th anniversary of the worst genocide in recent memory. The 100-day period of commemoration began Sunday with a ceremony and a speech from the nation's leader. VOA's Isha Sarraj reports.
Rwandan President Paul Kagame thanked survivors and commended the progress the country has made.
In 1994, there was no hope, only darkness. Today, light radiates from this place.
The commemoration began with the lighting of the flame and laying of wreaths at the Kigali Genocide Memorial in the capital city of Kigali, where close to 250,000 remains were buried. In all, about 800,000 Tutsis and moderate Hutus were slaughtered by ethnic Hutu extremists during a 100-day period in 1994. Isha Sarraj, VOA News, Washington.
Pakistan warned Sunday that its rival India is planning to launch a fresh military assault against the country, called for the international community's urgent diplomatic intervention to deter India from endangering regional peace and stability. The Indian Foreign Ministry said in a statement this public gimmick appears to be a call to Pakistan-based terrorists to undertake a terror attack in India. You can find more on these and other late-breaking and developing stories from around the world, around the clock, at voanews.com and on the VOA News mobile app. I'm Christopher Cruz, VOA News.